This 3-minute challenge looks at why leaders choose to change and how you can use this information to help your organization thrive in a world that is always changing. We know that change management is defined as the practice of applying a structured approach to transition an organization from a current state to a future state to achieve expected benefits. But this doesn't really answer the questions. What causes leaders to initiate organizational change, and why is this information important? Understanding why leaders choose to change and where they expect this change to come from can help inform and focus individuals and teams so that anticipated benefits of the change aren't forgotten or negotiated out of projects and initiatives. So what triggers leaders to change? Leaders have a number of responsibilities, one of which is monitoring the performance of the organization over time. Periodically, they will stop and analyze the internal and external forces that are impacting the organization and estimate the impact of these factors on future performance. They also consider future performance expectations that can come from owners, a board of directors, stockholders, or even the public. When estimated future performance falls short of expectations, a performance gap is created. This gap is why leaders choose to change. When a gap is identified, leaders will analyze available information and decide on an approach for closing the gap and the changes needed for the approach. Let's look at an example of how this might happen. Micah, the CEO of Acme, has brought the team together because sales are down by 3%. Further analysis shows that Acme is losing existing customers. As the team discusses this challenge, they come up with a number of changes to tackle the gap. Sales suggests initiation of a customer loyalty program with discounts for service based on longevity. Revamping sales commissions to include existing sales is also on the table. Moving to an agile model is something product development believes will lower their time to market, allowing them to better meet changing customer needs. Finally, customer service suggests that updating systems and focusing on service scores will improve overall satisfaction. In Acme's case, one performance challenge, loss of sales, will drive 4 strategic initiatives. Why is this important? Because project goals don't always tell the whole story. Understanding the ultimate goal is key to decision-making. Additionally, it is important for teams to understand what part of the performance gap their change is meant to address. For example, how is client retention expected to increase with a customer loyalty program? Understanding the performance gap also provides a guardrail for engaging leaders. If closing the gap is in jeopardy, leaders need to know. Finally, change is frequently more than one project or initiative. With limited resources, teams need to work together to support the ultimate objective, closing the gap. So now that you understand the performance gap, what can you do with this information? First, share the performance gap concept with your organization and make its definition a part of all changes. Next, ensure that leaders are talking with teams about the performance gap. Finally, encourage teams to engage leaders when there are challenges with closing the gap. Check out our website and other videos on YouTube. We won't pester you, but you can always feel free to contact us. As you can see, we love to talk about change.